Hey guys, this is Lauren from My Something Beautiful Life, and today I am so excited to be able to show you the new 2023 MäksēLife planners and some really cool new products that they're coming out with. So I have a lot to show you today, and I'm expecting this video to probably be pretty long. So because of that, I am going to add timestamps below, so if there's certain things that you want to see or don't want to see, you can just kind of skip around to the things that you actually want to watch. Just kind of hoping that that makes it a little bit easier for you to get the information that you're looking for. I will put a list of the products right up here on the screen so that you know the things that I'm going to review, so you know what to go look for. So I'm just going to jump right into it, and the first thing I'm going to show you is the Flagship Planner. But before I actually flip through the planner, I want to talk about some of the things that have changed this year. The first thing that you may have noticed is the coil color. So here's mine from last year. You can see how it's more of like a coppery tone. This one is a really light gold and it's so pretty. I really love it. It actually even almost looks silver. It's so light, but it does have a gold tint to it. So that's one of the first major changes that they've made. And then another thing that I noticed that has changed is the tab color. So if you look, and you can see these ones are like a dark gray, and the ones last year were actually kind of a blue tint. So you can kind of see the difference there. I also love that now it just seems like the writing is more bold on them and it's easier to read the months. But I just also love that because it's more of a gray, it's very neutral and it matches all of the colors more than I think that blue tone would have. Another thing that they have changed this year is the colors that they use for all of the goal categories. Let me see if I can get the weekly one. Here we go. Okay, so you can see all of them. Now, on this page, it really doesn't look a whole lot different. Like, you can kind of see a slight difference, and I'll pull up the other one. Okay, so here's the other one, so you can kind of do a comparison between the two. They're really not a whole lot different. I don't even know if it shows up much at all on the camera. The new colors are a little darker. They're a little more muted, and this was done for a really important reason that's kind of cool actually, and that's because this year they are launching their own pen, which are called Makse markers, and they are, I believe they're kind of like a highlighter. I think they're very similar to mild liners. I actually don't have mine yet, so I won't be able to show them to you in this video, but I promise to do a pen test as soon as I get them. But Sierra has told us that they changed the colors so that they match the markers. They will match either the light or the dark version of the color. So I'm really excited about that, and I can't wait to see them too. The biggest change that I've noticed when it comes to the colors, let's see if I can get to it, is actually on the sticker sheet. Okay, so here's both of them side by side. Here is the new one and here is the old one. And on the stickers, I actually really like the old colors better. And these kind of don't, I don't know, like I feel like the sticker sheet that's in here is kind of not the same colors that's inside the planner, which is interesting. Especially like this one, like this is supposed to be a gray and it looks more like a tan army green color. And so I don't know if there was just like some weird printing error on mine or something like that, but I feel like something happened with the stickers. So I don't think the stickers are actually all that representative of the color change. I think the colors that are in the planner are actually much more similar to the ones that were there before. And so really, if it's just this one little sticker sheet that is kind of off, like I'm totally fine with that, because they aren't coming out with a new sticker book, and so the existing sticker book that's on the website will still have the same colors that it has been before. But yeah, I think there's just a huge difference between the colors of stickers versus the actual colors that's in the planner. So that was the only interesting thing I noticed about the color change, and that's definitely not a deal breaker for me. But I did want to point it out just in case that is true all across the board, or if it's just on mine, I don't know. So anyway, that's what I noticed about the stickers. Another one of the major changes that is coming is that all of the prep work pages and the Life Compass, all of these pages have been redesigned to make them easier to read, and I just love how they look. I think they did a really good job of just making them really pretty and making certain sections stand out, like this blue box and just the way they're numbering things. I think it looks really good. Now, all of the pages are still there. They didn't cut anything out as far as I have noticed. It's all the exact same information. They may have reworded some of it a little bit, but overall, like, I flipped through the old coaching pages versus the new ones, and it's all the same information in the same order. So you're not losing anything. They just made it look a little prettier. So I think that's really cool too. So that's a change that you will see. And then the final change that I want to talk about is on, let's see, these pages. Okay, so in the past, this section has had lines on it for your annual goals, and now it's dot grid. So having a dot grid just gives more flexibility for however you want to plan out your annual goals. Okay, and so with that being said, let's talk about the actual planner itself. So I have two different designs to show you. This is called Modern Chevron. I love this. It has shades of purple and kind of like an aqua blue, mint greenish color. There's some lime in there. There's even a shade of like coral and then gray, of course. But I think this is gorgeous and I'm kind of obsessed with it. It's probably my favorite cover that I've ever seen them do, and I just love it so much. And then one thing I want to point out is that each planner comes with its own stylized box that actually matches the interior of the planner. So this one has like these little lavender sunbeams, and that's the same thing that you'll find on the box that it comes in. So there's the Modern Chevron, and then this one is called Blackberry Fields, and you can see the different pattern on this box. And here is the cover of it, which is also so pretty. I'm a huge fan of purple, and I love that they have two purple covers this year. I'm really excited. So I have both a vertical and a horizontal to show you. This one is the vertical. So I'm going to flip through the horizontal and then I'll just show you the vertical layout. Other than that, the rest of the planner is all the same. It's just the weekly layout that's different. So we will get back to that one in just a minute, and let's flip through this one. This year, all of the flagship planners still have the same hardcover that they've had in the past. It's really nice. It actually seems like it's even turning easier than the last ones were, which I don't know if that's true or not, but for me, it's just been opening really smoothly. So I love that. They also still have the elastic strap on them, which is great, and it just looks beautiful. And then in the back, on the back cover, you still get a little pocket, and of course the sheet of stickers that we've already talked about. And then you have this pocket too, which I love that that's also included. And then of course the rest of the interior. The paper still feels the same. I love it. I think it's amazing. And like I mentioned, it still has the same coaching pages in the beginning. I love that it just has all these instructions on how to use the system and just different things to keep in mind as you're planning your goals, and just even knowing how to set goals and then understanding the different parts that are inside the planner. I love this little brainstorm page. I think that's really just useful for me to be able to brainstorm before I actually write out my goals. So then there's your goal pages, a vision board, and some tips, and then you get into January. So one thing that you'll notice this year across a lot of the products is that instead of using the little heart as kind of their signature icon, they've switched it to this little wheel. And so you'll see that through a lot of the products. Although one thing I did notice is that the little heart is still on your weekly pages for gratitude. But flipping back to the beginning of the month, I just love the clean look of the MäksēLife planners. I think they're just beautiful and classic. So here's January. You still have the same monthly calendar with a little quote at the top. It looks like the same design as it has been before, which I just love. I've never had any problems with it, and so I think it's great that they just kept it the same way that it is. There is a little touch of color in the dates for each of the months. And you can see February has pink, March has green. So you still have your monthly goals, your reflection or notes page, and then it goes into your weekly goals. And then after your weekly goals, you get into your weekly spread. Another thing that has changed actually that I forgot to mention is that on the weekly spreads, there is no color. It's all gray tone now, well, except for the little heart. You still have your little red heart, but all of the dates and stuff are all gray now, so it's more neutral for those that like to use stickers. And again, obviously this is the horizontal one. I just love that the basic layout of it has stayed the same. the order of all the pages. They really haven't changed a whole lot as to the structure of the planner, which I'm really grateful for. I think if something's working, there's no need to change it. I just love the way it's set up, and so I'm glad that they didn't make too many changes. And then of course at the end of the month you have a monthly reflections page, and then it just goes into the next month. So all of the months are going to look like that. Each one you have a different quote on the month. Oh, you know what I missed? You have quarterly refreshes. Okay, let's go back just a step. Okay, so at the end of June, you do have another quarterly compass. This is just to check in and kind of reevaluate where you're at. So they include a quarterly compass at the end of every 3 months, just so you can kind of do a little check-in and see where you're at. And then you can know where you need to go from there. If you need to work on a different area, maybe a different area needs your attention now more than it did before, and maybe other ones are doing really well and don't need as much attention. So I love that little check-in, and so you do have that every 3 months. So there's the one that's September. Yeah, and then we just have all the different months until you get to December. At the end of December, you have your quarterly compass again, which is kind of nice that it's actually there too, because that's when you'd be starting your new planner also. So you can kind of do a little brief overview at the end of the year and then move on to your new planner in January. All right, and then after December, you have a tab for extras. Here you have 2023 and 2024 at a glance. And then you just have some notes pages. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 notes pages. And then again, your folder and your stickers and the pocket in the back. So that is essentially what's inside the Flagship MäksēLife planner. And then just to show you the vertical layout. So here it is. Again, it's completely neutral. There's no color on it. But other than that, the layout's pretty much identical to what it has been in the past, and everything inside this planner is exactly the same as in the vertical, just with a different weekly layout. And so on launch day, you will have your choice between 4 different covers. These are just 2 of them. There are 2 additional ones that you can choose from. And each one comes in both horizontal and vertical. So you have your choice of cover. And of the interior layout. So that's pretty much it for the Flagship planner. If you guys have any questions about this or any of the other things, feel free to leave them in the comments below. And let's move on to the daily planner. So last year, MäksēLife started offering a quarterly daily planner. So this is just 1 quarter, 3 months worth, and it is undated. And also, when you compare it to the standard Flagship, the Flagships are 7 by 9 inches, and the daily is an A5. And you also might have noticed another major difference between the Flagship weekly and the quarterly daily is that the daily is also on a coil instead of the 00 wire binding. And for anybody who either had a daily last year or was just following along with them and watching, you might have known about the issues that there were about the covers. So this year, MäksēLife actually redid the covers on the daily, and it is a thinner and more flexible cover now. I know there were some issues in the past with it not turning very well, but I haven't had any issues with this one so far. I really love the feel of this cover. It feels so nice. It's kind of a leather type feel. And it's still a hardcover, but it does have a little bit of give to it. Now, I didn't have the ones last year, so I can't really compare it. So I don't know like the difference in thickness. I can't show that to you. But I'm happy with this. I think it'll work really nicely. It does come in 4 different colors. This one is called Sky, and I love it. It's such a pretty kind of aqua blue, and it has a little shimmer to it. I don't know if it will even show up in the camera very well, because I had no idea until I saw it in person. Because I had seen pictures and I had seen it on live videos before I chose this color, and I had no idea. But when I see it in person, it has a little shimmer to it, which is really cool. I just love this color. I think it's so pretty. So then on the inside, we have this little pinstripe pattern, and the daily inside has everything goal setting wise that the weekly Flagship does. It has all of the same pages in the beginning, all of the same information, your life compass, the assessment, all of the little tips and coaching and information, all of that is exactly the same inside the daily, so you're not missing out on anything. So because this is an undated planner, you have 3 tabs that have nothing on them. But if you look inside the back pocket here, it has these little sticker tabs, which they're going to be really hard to see on the camera because it's white on white, but they actually have the months written on them in white writing. There, you can see that a little better. And so you can put these stickers on your tabs and they will show up, and they look just like the tabs do on the dated planners. I did get one of the undated ones last year, and so I got to use those stickers and I was really impressed. I think they're probably the best tab stickers I've ever seen, especially for doing white on dark. So the first thing you get is your monthly calendar. Again, there's no dates on it, no month title. You go into your monthly goals and then your weekly actions plus your note page. And then this is how each week begins. So at the beginning of each week, you actually have a weekly overview. So you can see your whole week, which I think is super helpful because I really like to see the major things that are going on within my week, but I don't necessarily need a ton of space to plan my whole week if I'm going to be planning daily also. So you have your weekly overview page, and then you have your 7 weekly pages, and it is set up so that each day gets its own page. And then at the end, you have your notes or reflections page and your weekly actions, and then it just starts over again with the next week. So it does all of that for the month. At the end of the month, you have your monthly reflections. And I think there are 5 weeks per month. So there should be plenty of space within the month to get all of the days in there. So that's the 2nd week. There's the 3rd, 4th, yeah, and the 5th week. Okay, so you have plenty of room to put all of the monthly days in there. You won't be short at all. And then it moves on to the next month, and those are all the same. And then at the end of the 3 months, you have your quarterly assessment that you can fill out so that you're all ready for the next month. And then you have your extra section, which includes a space for future plans. Since this is just a quarterly planner, oftentimes we need to plan things that are happening further out in advance. So here's a little space where you can write in each month for the next 6 months after this planner ends. And you have a little space to put the things that are happening. And then it just goes into your notes pages, and there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. There's actually 17 notes pages in here, which I am super impressed about. And then you get your pocket. You get your sheet of stickers, and you have the pocket in the back cover too. So you're really like not losing out on any features by using the daily. You get everything in here that you would get in the flagship. It's just a different format for planning. So I love that they made it so identical throughout the whole system. The next thing that I have to show you from the MäksēLife launch are the new companion notebooks. So these are really cool if you already have a planner that you're using that you love, because this just contains the goal setting system without any of the planning pages. There's 5 different notebooks. The first one is just like all the yearly information, the stuff that's at the beginning of the planners. And then there's 4 additional books, 1 for each quarter of the year. So this is also undated so that you can start it and use it anytime. And these come in A5 size. So one of the major things that's different this year than in past years is that the covers are now this leatherette type material, and they're just really beautiful. They're very thick and they just feel very high quality and elegant. So here's the first one, and like I said, this is just going to have all of the basic information in it, all of your yearly goals, and just the coaching information from the front. And if you look too, these are perforated, so that if you didn't want to keep them in these little books, you can pull them out and use them like in a ring binder or tape them into the other planner that you're using, anything like that. Or you can just keep them in these books and keep it all together. They may even fit inside the pockets of other planners that you use if that's what you want to do with it. So here's the 4 quarterly books. They come in these 4 different colors. Each one has a little quote on the front. So your only limit is your mind, trust the timing of your life, good things take time, and just begin again and again. And I think these are also the 4 colors that the dailies come in. It's this Luna dark teal color. There's a gray. This is the light blue sky. And then this one, I'm trying to remember what they called it. I think they called it Cloud. I remember they kept describing it as marshmallow, and so that's what I always think of is marshmallow. But it's like a light cream color. It's really pretty. So those are the 4 books you get. So inside of these you have the little pinstripe on the front inside cover. And this has the same paper that's inside the MäksēLife planner. At least it feels like it. So you have a monthly calendar here. There's your monthly goals, weekly actions, and then it just goes through the weekly actions for the whole month. And then you go into your monthly reflections. You have a notes page, and then it moves on to the next monthly calendar and just starts over. So you have 3 months in each of these little booklets. At the end of the 3rd month, you have your quarterly assessment, and then you have a few notes pages. This is kind of like glossy right here. That's really pretty. And then you have a pocket in the back if there's anything that you wanted to put in there. So all of these books are going to be the same on the inside. And so you can do them in any order you want just because none of them have any dates in it. And then this one, of course, will keep your yearly goals in it. So if you're just looking for the goal setting part of MäksēLife and don't necessarily need a full planner, this is a great option to go for because you get all of the benefits of the goal setting, but you can still use any other planner that you wanted to use. Now the next few things that I want to show you are brand new to MäksēLife, and these are so cool. I'm so excited about them. These are some guided journals. I left them in the wrapper so you can see it, but I'm going to take those off because 1, they're glaring, and 2, it's going to be noisy. And then we will flip through all of these and I will tell you all about them. Okay, so I have 3 different journals here. The first one is the 2022 year-end reflections. This one will be available for purchase. However, if you do order on launch day, you will get this for free. So that's just kind of a cool little bonus that they're throwing in. I think this is just such a great idea. I love reviewing before I set my goals, and so I love that they made this. So it has review, reflect, and celebrate your progress, and a little note from Sierra. You have a little compass assessment that you can fill out to just kind of see where you're at now versus where you were at the beginning of the year. There's wins and highlights, challenges and lessons, growth and gratitude, what's working, what's not working, the impact that you want to make in the world or in the lives of your loved ones, adjustments that you want to make next year, and some more specific reflection questions, and then a letter to yourself. And here's some more blank pages just for whatever else you need. And so that's just a cute little book. I just think this is really cool. So I'm really excited about this. So that's one of the journals. The other 2 journals, they are a little thicker. Like you can see, the reflection one is just kind of a little notebook. These ones are more substantial, and I can already tell you that I love these. If you have been in Club Makse, then you've already gotten kind of a hint of these already. And what these are is they have guided journaling pages that you can fill out every day to just kind of set the tone for your day and review your day so that you can continue to make progress and just be more intentional about your focus. This is the Daily Intentions Notebook. This is the one intended for doing in the morning. And both of these are also like that leatherette cover that's on the companion notebooks. It's the same type of cover material. And each of these will go for 60 days. There's 60 days worth of prompts in them. So you have your title page, and then it just jumps right into the journal. So this is your page each day, and I just love this. I think it's so pretty, and it's such a great way to just kind of look at the day ahead of you and just figure out where you want to go. One of my favorite parts about this notebook is the prompt right here. Who is someone I want to make a mindful connection with today? And that's because during the MäksēLife training, Sierra told us that that person could be us. And I thought about that, and I just think it's really cool to intentionally connect with yourself sometimes. And I don't think we often think about that. And so I really love that prompt. that you get to choose a relationship that you want to work on, even if that relationship is with yourself. And then this notebook is the Daily Reflections and Gratitude Notebook, and this is the one intended to fill out in the evening. And so similarly, it just goes into the cover page, and then it just jumps right into the journals. And you can look at how you felt today, your energy, mood, things that you're grateful for, which this I love. I think gratitude is so, so important, and so I'm obsessed that gratitude is part of this notebook. And I just love these. I think that they're so well thought out. They're not just something that she threw together. I mean, Sierra has, I think she says like 20 years of experience in being a life coach. And this is just stuff that has worked for her and for her clients. And I just love that she's bringing it to us too, so that we can get the benefits of all her experience. Between her products and Club Makse, you can kind of have your own life coach just by listening to all the things that Sierra teaches. And so I just love this company, and I'm so excited about all of these new products. I do have one more thing to show you that kind of goes along with these journals, and that is the new Folio. So this is a folio that will hold these notebooks, and I am so obsessed. This is amazing quality. It's a faux leather type material. I just love this. It has a magnetic closure, and the sides of it, if I don't drop it, you'll notice are more of a stiffer material. They are pretty solid, but what I love the most is that inside of it, it has all of these pockets. I'm just a huge fan of pockets because I always want to stick little things inside that honestly I would probably just lose otherwise. And so I love that it has all the pockets in it. There is room for 4 different books, and I love that these elastics are fixed. They're not adjustable, so they won't slide around. Makes it really easy to just slide your books in. And it is A5 size, so it will fit all of these guided journals. It will fit the companion notebooks, or just any other A5 notebooks that you have. I know MäksēLife does sell some A5 notebooks too, so those will also fit in it. And I am just so in love with this product. There's a pen loop here, and I think this is just the perfect addition to the MäksēLife line. I love the idea of using this notebook as like a keeper of journals. So you can keep your intentions notebooks and your reflection notebook in here. And then if you wanted to use the companion notebooks, those fit in here as well. And I don't know, I love this system in general just because it's such a flexible way to plan. I've always loved the Traveler's Notebooks. So you can put 4 different books in there. They just fit in and keep it all together. But it's customizable, so you can switch them out as you need. If you'd rather just have a plain notebook in, you can do that. And then when that notebook's full, you can just replace it. But I think this is just perfect, and I'm so excited about it. So it comes in this dark teal color. It's called Luna, I believe. They also have one that's in the storm gray. But I definitely plan to keep this with my journals in it, just to keep them all in one place by my bed, and I just love it. Overall, there is so much fun stuff coming from this launch. We have so many new products and just new designs, and they've just kind of revamped everything to just make it a little nicer and just function better, and I'm just really excited about all of it, and I think you guys are going to love it too. So I almost forgot, but I have a couple more things to show you. So some of you might know that MäksēLife started selling apparel last year, and this year all of their apparel got a whole new makeover, and there's tons of new designs. So I have a couple things from that I also wanted to show you. First of all, this is the new emotional support hoodie. It pretty much looks the same as the old one, but the material has gotten an upgrade. It has these really thick straps that are really nice, and I just think it's awesome and I love it. The next thing I have is, this is a new hat. This little elephant is the Club Makse logo. So if you are a part of Club Makse or you're planning to be soon, then definitely check this out. I think it's so super cute. I'm so excited. And then the back of it has this nice little adjustable strap, and then this part will tuck inside of here. I think this is so cute, and I just love this. So many more fun things coming for merch, so definitely go check those out too. And I also want to mention, if you're interested in the digital products, like in the various Facebook groups, I've heard a lot of people asking about the digital products. There is a ton of new digital products coming that I am also so excited about. And so I will be doing a video on those too. It may be a couple days later. I'm going to try to get it out before launch, but it's going to take me an extra couple days to get that one done. But if that's something that you're interested in, definitely keep an eye out for that, because I will be showing you all of the digital products too. And there's some really, really cool stuff. Even for people who aren't so digital, like I've never been much of a digital planner, I'm really excited about some of these, so I think you will be too. So back to all the planner stuff, I just wanted to make sure that I let you guys know about all the merch and digital stuff that's coming too. If you have any questions, please leave them in the comments below, and after all of the products go live on October 20th, I will link them all below as well. Also, keep in mind there will be the Makse markers that you can get. I don't have those to show you, but I'm sure they're going to be amazing. I hope you enjoyed this video and that it was helpful for you. If you like planner videos, please consider subscribing. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.